Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Tawanda Mutusva. Thank you for stopping by. I just wanted to quickly share with you a prophetic dream, a prophetic revelation that I saw concerning the New York, I would like to believe, the New York Stock Exchange or the financial market, maybe the economy as a whole. Just before I get into sharing the specific details of the dream, I want to prefix this message that I have that I'm going to share with you with a scripture that I have been meditating on before coming on here. It's Luke chapter 12, verse 3, which says that whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and whatever you've whispered behind closed doors will be shouted from housetops, from the housetops for all to hear. This would just encourage somebody, as much as it encourages me all the time that I have to go on the rooftop and really shout and announce whatever it is, revelation that the Lord is releasing in that season. So this one, I feel like it's important. I've had a chance to talk to some of my close friends who are financial people, who understand some of these terms. To me, it's foreign language. I don't. This dream doesn't make sense to me. So I had to share with some people who are full of the Spirit, and also who are very technical in this industry. And I was also seeking counsel and seeking to understand if this dream that I saw bears any meaning in the context of the New York Stock Exchange or the financial market. On January 30th, I published it. So the details of the specific dream go like this. I had a dream and I saw it where I found myself in what looked and felt like the New York Stock Exchange, and I noticed that the place had been undergoing major renovation or construction project, particularly on the roof, and it seemed as if the roof was being redone. And when I arrived at the work site, my assigned task was to undo the roof's lumber trusses, and I began carefully deconstructing each piece of wood, of timber, one by one, and just taking apart the roof structure. As I carried out this laborious work, I paused and I asked myself, why am I undoing the roof when it looks like it's perfectly done? And in that very moment, after I'd completed this task, I had audibly in this dream a voice say, watch the deconstruction on the market. And I woke up, and then I shared this specific dream and this specific revelation with all my friends who are in the financial markets, and they're explaining to me that deconstruction is a term that is used to look at things in a different way, or to break down elements so as to understand what are the drivers of maybe performance, what are the drivers of growth, or anything that is happening on the market. Disclaimer, I'm not a finance person, I'm not a financial expert, so my knowledge when it comes to the language of financial markets or money markets or stock exchange is very limited. Sense, or what I feel like this dream is driving towards, or the revelation behind this dream is this coming a season is coming where I don't want to call it new money, but a new ways of looking at money or growth or wealth in terms of the stock market, in terms of the US economy. So it's a call to prayer. It's not so much just about releasing this revelation or this dream, but it's also interceding and partnering with God. One of the things that I find interesting is, there's a scripture in the book of, I think, 2 Peter, which talks about being partakers of God's divine nature. And sometimes, and most times, being a partaker of God's divine nature is demonstrated in when you receive supernatural revelation through dreams. You get to partake in changing the narrative, in changing the course of events. Think of Joseph. Think of how he showed up and he stood up in front of Pharaoh, and he had the sole responsibility of not only interpreting the dream that Pharaoh had, but also changing the course of history, because it was through his wisdom and the application of his wisdom that he managed to save the whole nation of Egypt and even his family. So I believe it's a call to prayer for those. So hopefully this is the first of many vlogs or video outputs of what I mostly put on in writing, and I feel like this is the time to really have the word of the Lord released and published. So until next time, God bless you.